Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Lost Man's River by Peter Matthiessen, narrated by George Guidell.
Prologue. Deposition of Bill W. House, October 27th, 1910. My name is William Warlick House, residing at Chokoloskee Island in Lee County, Florida. On October 16th, this was a Sunday, some fishermen came to Chokoloskee and told how a Negro had showed up at the clam shacks on Pavilion Key and reported 3 murders at the Watson place, and advised the men that Mr. E.J. Watson ordered his foreman to commit these killings. This foreman was a stranger in our country named of Leslie Cox. When Watson's friends and kinfolk in the crowd got hard with him, the Negro changed his story, saying Cox done it on his own, but the men concluded Watson was behind it. Ed Watson was at Chokoloskee when the story came in there about the murders, so Watson said he would fetch the sheriff from Fort Myers. He swore that Cox had done him wrong, and not only him, but them 3 people he had murdered. This was the eve of the great hurricane of October 17th. He left in storm before the men got set to stop him, and we thought for sure we'd seen the last of him. 3 days after the storm, Watson showed up again at Chokoloskee. The men advised he better stay right there until the sheriff came, and Watson advised he didn't need no sheriff, said he knew his business and aimed to take care of it his own way. He bought some shotgun shells in the Smallwood store, where my sister, Mrs. Mamie H. Smallwood, advised him how them shells were still wet from the hurricane, and Watson advised, "Never you mind, ma'am, them shells will kill a rattlesnake just fine." He aimed to go home to Chatham River and straighten Cox out before he got away. Them were his very words. To show he meant business, he promised to return with Cox's head. Watson was red-eyed in his appearance, very wild, and nobody didn't care to interfere with him. So Watson headed south down Chokoloskee Bay. We stood on the landing at Smallwood's store and watched him go. We reckoned he'd keep right on going for Key West. We figured we'd seen the last of him for sure. But 4 days after that, October 24th, last Monday evening, he came back. We heard his motor a long way off to Southard, and a crowd of men went down to the landing to arrest him. E.J. Watson seen them armed men waiting, but he come on anyway. He was that kind. The hurricane had tore the dock away. Weren't nothing left of her but pilings, so he run his launch aground west of the boatway and jumped ashore real quick and bold almost before that launch came to a stop. He had got himself set before one word was spoken, holding his shotgun down along his leg. Watson waited until all of us calmed down somewhat and got our breath. Then he told the men he had killed Cox as promised, but the body had fell off his dock into the river and was lost. He showed us Cox's hat, showed us the bullet hole from his revolver. He put his middle finger through the hole and spun the hat on it and laughed. He was laughing at us, so nobody laughed with him. My dad, Mr. D.D. House, was not the ringleader, never mind what some has said, but because no other man stepped forward, it was D.D. House who done the talking. I and my next 2 brothers, Dan Jr. and Lloyd House, was in the crowd. I don't rightly recollect no other names. Mr. D.D. House reminded Watson that a head was promised and a hat weren't good enough. He said the men would have to go down there and look for the body, and he notified Watson that until Cox was found or the sheriff showed up, it might be best to hand over his weapons. An argument sprung up over that. Then Watson swung his shotgun up to shoot D.D. House and would have done it, only them wet shells misfired. The men opened up on him all in a roar. The bullets spun him all the way around.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it. at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.